What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Under 1,000 podcast. I'm Gershon. You know the podcast where we bring on another reptile YouTuber, breeder, enthusiast, talk to them, get to know them a little better, ask them a couple questions. It's a great way for me, an introvert, to get out there and network with people and talk to people and get to know more people in the community. And I get to spread my message of peace in the community, which that sounds weird, but I am all about peace and us all coming together, get to know each other and, connect with each other. So you guys know how the show kind of go. And if you don't, people in the comments will let you know how the show goes. But we already got a lot of people in the comments. So let's say hello to a couple people. Morph Ambition, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Kimberly, thanks for coming through. Jeremy, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Stacy, hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming through. James, thanks for coming through. You can hear my daughter. Abigail, yes. Okay, cool. That's my daughter. She's in the back. Reptiles, what's up? Thanks for coming through. So before we bring our guests on for this week and get to know them, hit them with some questions, you know how we do it. We go ahead and say thanks to our sponsor for this episode. And today's episode is sponsored by TAZZ Exotics. Go check him out. He is a ball python breeder working on his second year of ball python breeding. He's on Instagram, YouTube. Definitely check out his YouTube channel. He's been pumping out new videos for the last 3-4 weeks now. He's really getting on it, doing some videos. So go check out TAZZ Exotics. Go hit that follow button. Go hit that subscribe button. Tell him I sent you. Thank you again, TAZZ Exotics, for sponsoring this episode. Greatly appreciate it. So, guys, you know what time it is. It's time to bring on our guests. So let me hit the right buttons. I always mess up. All right, here we go. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thanks for coming on. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know what animals you kind of have, a little breakdown of some of the animals you have.
Okay, well, I tell everybody, my name is Steven. I'm a guy who does Scales 13. So the animals that I have, if you can see in the background over here, over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. A little bit right there. See a bigger enclosure down there. That's my monitor lizard Thunder. He's a Ackie monitor, Ranasacanthurus. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I don't want to show everything off yet because I got a new animal to show off later on. Over here, I have my leopard geckos right here.
Okay.
See, they got two biolactive exoteras. I also have a Pueblan milk snake.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure what that snake was called. I know it was a milk snake. I didn't know what species of milk snake it was. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that.
Yeah, Pueblo, Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you for coming on. You're clearly a hobbyist. You have a array of different type of reptiles that you keep, which is awesome. That is really cool. I've been watching your videos in the last 2-3 weeks. Been catching up on videos. I love the educational aspect of your channel that you try to inform people about the animals and even up to date stuff. Because we still learning about these animals, and you try to stay as up to date as possible. Love that. Very much love that.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's one of the biggest things about owning reptiles and stuff is that it's heavily based in science. So since science is always new things and things are constantly changing and we're constantly updating things, we gotta be open to whatever new information's out there.
Exactly. Phil, thanks for coming through. So if you haven't already, go look at Scales 13's YouTube channel, his Instagram, all that's a link down below. Hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. Are you on TikTok?
Not on TikTok, but I recently asked my audience about a week ago, would you guys like if I started a TikTok? So a couple people said, yeah, go ahead, do it. So yeah, that's something that I'm definitely working on now. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to make the TikTok videos out of compared to like my YouTube and
That's the hard thing is to separate those pieces of content to still make them unique to that platform, but still make sure it's you and your personality and what you trying to present. So yeah, I can understand that. What's up, Marcus? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you, bro. So like I said, he's gonna be making a TikTok soon, so definitely get excited for that. Definitely get interested to see what he puts on TikTok. Blinked out for a second. This is what happens when it's live.
I understand, man. I was just like, oh, what's going on? What's going on with the internet here? Wife was one device on? Yes.
Yeah. Understandable.
I was like, no one crowding this internet right now.
So this is how the show works. Bring you on. We talk to you a little bit, ask you a couple questions, learn a little bit about your YouTube and your animals, the journey you have with both of them. So we're just jump right into it and get into these questions. Every so often there might be a question in the chat, and if you see something you like and you want to answer, go right ahead.
Okay, let me open up the chat real quick so that.
Yeah, it's hard if you're on your phone. It's hard to have the chat open, and I want them to update that. I'm gonna write StreamYard and tell them like y'all need to update the phone chat thing. But I'll try to make sure I put them on the screen when I can if I see a question.
Just tell me the question. Yeah. Yep.
Sounds good. So first question: how long have you had your YouTube channel?
I made this YouTube channel when I first got a pair of firebelly newts, Chinese firebelly newts, and that was like 2011. I've had this channel for a long time. In the beginning, I was just messing around with it. I wasn't even thinking about getting monetized or even, newts are amphibians, so I wasn't even thinking about getting heavily back into reptiles and things like that. So after a while, it just it just started to like evolve. Like when I was like, I want my channel to grow. I'd like to be like some of these guys I'm looking up to, and I saw how they edited their videos and different things like that, and stuff showing the face. So I was just like, you know what, like I might as well just start doing the same thing, try to make better quality content, but also try to have an educational aspect as well, different things that I learn that might help another person or another pet that might need that one little thing that might make their life better or save their life.
Makes perfect sense. I think a lot of us, most of us older, I won't say older, most of us have been on YouTube, because I was like, I'm not old. What am I talking about? Most of us that have been on YouTube for quite a bit of while, we all started with just a channel just playing around. We weren't really planning on doing reptiles. We just had a YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Arcadia Ball Pythons, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Angel, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Nicole, what's up? Thanks for coming through. I saw the shirt, Nicole. It looked good. I saw the shirt when you did the unboxing. Shirt looked good. I'm glad you got it. Yeah, Nicole was on last week, and she's about to start breeding ball pythons. So that's a whole new journey for her. That's gonna be crazy. Okay, so yeah, you've had it for almost if I do my math right, 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years.
Yeah, you right there up there with me. I'm about 11 to 10 years on my YouTube channel. One of my YouTube channels. I got like a couple different ones, but that was for other stuff. You know how you be like, I'm like, like I started a nerd YouTube channel where I was talking about comic book stuff. So I was like, I got to keep this separate from the snakes. Nobody wants to see the nerd stuff and the snake stuff. But I realized everybody likes the nerd stuff with the snakes, so I just combine them now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, like with reptile people, I feel like we're like the nerds of the nerds, you know what I'm saying? Because like, let's just say you're going to like a high school or college, right? Everybody from the jocks to the nerds are going to go see the new Marvel movie, right?
Yep.
You come out and say, oh, I like lizards. Everybody looking at you like, what? Like, even like people who aren't so cool gonna look at you like, why? Like, what is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Kill a person or something. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true.
Obviously.
Primal Scales, what's up? Thanks for coming through. We've had a couple of different conversations on live where we'll start talking either about the new Marvel movie that came out, talking about the things we liked. Halfway through this live, we've come a nerd podcast where we're just talking about shows that we're watching now, superhero shows. Which are you watching? Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Oh yeah, I heard of that one. Yeah.
It's good. It's real good. Definitely check that out. It's real good. See, we already done go back into nerd stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. We can go on to that for days. You know what I mean?
Oh wow. So let's hit another question. Which this one I'm interested in. Now I know what's in your collection. I'm interested to see which one is your favorite. So what is your favorite 2 reptiles in your collection?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with my favorite 2. I can show you my favorite 2 as well on camera.
That'll work too.
All right, so first I'm gonna go with the OG.
Okay.
Collection kind of takes the heart out of it. All my animals have names. This little guy here, who was my previous logo up until last week. Right now, okay. It is my oldest leopard gecko, Gex.
Oh, nice.
He's a bell stripe bell albino. I got him in 2011 as well.
Okay.
That's this guy. So he's definitely one of my favorites because he's the oldest. I've had him for 9, going on 10 years.
Yep.
Now this one over here is like my favorite species right now because they're so interactive.
Gotcha.
10 seconds.
No, do you think? I'll keep the people busy. So everybody in the chat, thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate it. If you got any questions for Scales 13, put them in the chat and we'll definitely get to them. But now he's showing his second favorite. Oh wow.
Here's my Acura Thunder.
Oh wow.
Stop looking at the camera, but I don't want to going right off, man. He'll be like, oh wow, okay, what off button.
Yeah. So how big will he get?
This is maximum size. He'll be 3 in I think about a week or so. I checked it perfect. He was born February 3 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he won't get any bigger than that. Okay.
Well, that's the beauty of the dwarf monitors because they don't get very large.
Gotcha. And he seems super handleable.
Oh, he is. Mm-hmm. I mean, it all depends on his mood. I didn't know if I was going to get a chance to get him out today. I thought when he was still awake, when I put my arm out, he started tongue flicking. I was like, okay, good. Now he's going to come to me, wrapping him and stressing him out.
Okay, yeah.
Next.
See, that's also you taking the time to get to know your animals and you get to know what mood they in by just subtle movements they do, paying attention to them.
Exactly. Okay, great. Yep. But, the thing about this guy is when I first got him, it took me a month to be able to pet this animal. I'm sorry, not a month. It took me 6 months to be able to pet this animal without him running away.
Oh wow!
Real slow with this guy. I didn't grab him. I made sure I didn't really stress him out. He would eat all the way, which was awesome. But he was afraid of my hand, so I started feeding him in different ways, getting closer to him, or cleaning him in his enclosure. One thing I avoided was making sure I didn't make eye contact with this guy because the thing about monitors compared to other reptiles is when you look at a monitor, they're looking right back in your pupils. Like they're very, the cognitive function compared to reptiles is like amazing.
Okay.
I don't like staring at him. People don't think it's like a big predator,
yeah,
intimidating him or looking to harm him. So I would kind of like just fumble around. After a while, he just came to me. My bad. I can
go. Oh wow, I didn't know that. So do you know? Got a question for Stacy. Go get it. Go get him. Make sure he like, look, I'm loose. It's time to go play.
At least he thinks. He looks before he leaps.
That is a smart move right there. So you know how long do geckos live?
How long geckos live depends on the species. Leopard gecko. It's funny. The oldest one on record actually was in Jersey, and I met the owner of that gecko when I used to work for a pet shop back in the day, a few years ago. I was like 6 years ago. But anyway, but yeah, that gecko was 21 years old. That was an old leopard gecko, but normally I think they live anywhere between 12 or 14.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they're long lived.
It's a pretty decent lifespan.
Yeah. It's good. It's just as long as a dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Sandra, thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Brett, what's up? Thanks for coming through. This is my guy at work. He told me he was gonna put a snake in every chat when I do lives. He's gonna put a snake in there somewhere. So I appreciate you coming through.
Gotcha.
Which I'm actually getting called. They want me to come in to do plows. Part of my day job, I plow snow, and they calling me for a shift for the night. I'm gonna have to call them back in a second. Gotta go make that money. I don't even know if I can. My wife's not gonna be home, so I can't go anywhere.
So, man, I remember when I was in college, winter break. That's how I would get my books for the spring semester. I would shovel snow, earn that little bit of cash up. In the spring semester, boom, buy all my books. You know.
Yeah, hey, you got to do what you got to do. That little hustle, you got to make that side money. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Let me get him back. He's scratching me up. I'm gonna bring you that out.
Those are your two favorites. Okay, cool. You got the one who had the longest and the Dwarf, which is cool. He's super like active, super friendly. Like you clearly taking the time working with him.
Oh yeah, man. Thunder. It's funny, like having a dwarf monitor is great because the way they move their body, the way they swallow food, the way they walk and they tongue flick, like they have that like lizards have a sprawl walk, but the way a monitor walks is like altogether different. You know what I'm saying? You get all that stuff in a large monitor, but in a small package. So even when it's swallowing down like a dubia roach or a cricket or something, I'm like, that thing eats like a Komodo dragon. The way you see them swallow their food down and stuff.
Yeah,
it's very raptor-like. It's really cool.
Okay. Oh wow. I thought he was gonna get bigger when I was watching your videos. I didn't realize he was a dwarf, and that's how big they get. I might try to I want a pet reptile, but I wanted something besides the snake. Like I've already got snakes. I wanted something besides the snake. I might have to look at that. I might have to look into that. I don't know if the wife's gonna be okay with it, but I might have to look into it.
Well, from what I've seen from women that deal with men that like birds, or not even just that, because we got a lot of sisters that like reptiles and even tarantulas and other stuff too. But I'd say just for like a person, right, who's with somebody who is in the hurt. There's people who have a different threshold or a different tolerance level.
True.
So they'll tolerate lizards, right? Some people can't tolerate snakes because obviously you have to really have. And then there's spiders, you know what I'm saying? Like tarantulas and arachnids and stuff. So my wife draws a line with the tarantulas. And even though I've held them before and I respect them as animals, that's not really my thing either. So yeah, I'm a snake and lizard guy.
Understandable. Yeah, I think my wife would definitely draw a line at spiders. I want a spider because I'm kind of scared of them, and I want to get over that fear by having one.
That's the fun of it.
Very true. Jeremy B, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, but she probably be like, no, I don't think so. This is part of a different question I have later, but we can answer it now. Are you going to breed Ackies?
That's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and honestly, yes, that's something that I'm looking to start planning for stuff like that this summer. Actually. Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. There you go. If you in the market for one, keep your eyes up. He's gonna be breeding. It might take a bit because that first time breeding, you gotta get all of you know exactly what you're doing. Get over the is this right and eggs and they do lay eggs, right?
You gotta make sure the mother's healthy.
Okay.
Sure with her cycling, make sure you don't down. If she does get egg bound, have a vet stat, to save a life because animal welfare always comes first. So, if I'm gonna be a breeder, I want to be a responsible. So, pet owner are both having a positive experience together. All right, you go, girl.
Daughter wants to say hi. Say hi. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Man, just like a daddy. Man,
I'm gonna put Toy Story on, okay? Okay, that's all she wanted. She wanted Toy Story.
have like, you know, a little kid running around my house and, you know, just looking at the reptile stuff. Dad, can we go in the reptile room? You know, that's only gonna be super visual because, you know, you got hot lights and stuff in there. You know, kids might pick up something the wrong way. You don't want to get bit or nothing. So, you know, like, you know, eventually I'd love to be able to share this with child.
Yeah, that is something like I have my kids come down in the snake room with me, help out here and there. But I do tell them, like, look, you can't touch this. You can't touch this part of the heater. You gotta be careful. Be aware where you touching, where you stepping. And then be aware of the animals. You can't just grab them. You got to see where they're moving. If they show you that they don't want to be touched, leave them alone. Let them be.
It's the thing. It'll teach it. I think for children, it teaches them a big respect for nature because, you know, let's face it, like, reptiles, like, I can't say all, you know, the turtles do that piece. But either way, anything that has teeth can bite. So it's just like, hey, probably you're not going to get bit. You know, to most reptiles, even my Akimana, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're like giants compared to these creatures. So
Yeah.
when big giant thing coming after them in nature, they think they're going to get eaten. So, you know, the only time they would ever really want to harm you is only out of defense, not out of any type of aggression. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true. Like, most of the time, animals do bite. It's out of defense. They're scared. They're trying to protect themselves, and people don't pay attention to the signs of the animals showing you they're scared and they want you to back up or want you to get away from you. They're fearful of you. Yeah, it's true. And that's why I like snakes. There's not a lot of not a lot of that's one of the positive things about having ball pythons.
You only eat once or twice a week, but man, besides they poop, oh yeah, welcome.
Ozma, breed pass. If any questions, please feel free to hit me up. Oh, okay. Angel used to breed them in the past, so definitely you can hit Angel up. He knows about breeding them. So that's definitely y'all can definitely link up, hit each other on Instagram, and he can give you a little knowledge.
Angel, thank you, man. Send me a message. We'll talk.
Yeah, definitely send a message. See, this is why I do this, bringing the community together, people meeting each other. Oh, she actually doesn't like Lion King. She's not a fan of Lion King. Toy Story is her jam. I was a fan of Lion King. She was not. I tried to watch it with her. She was like, nah, I'm good. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. So let's hit another question. What camera do you use to film your YouTube videos?
Honestly, my phone.
Exactly. I'm telling people, don't slide on the phone.
Exactly. That's the thing, because, you know, play with the settings and made it like the best quality I possibly could, you know what I mean? Like, so right now, that's what I'm working with, but, you know, I just got a ring light recently, and I'm going to be investing in, like, camera and stuff like that, too. So I want to make the videos better as well as Mark, and I also want to, you know, make sure that I'm better as far as making it more aesthetically pleasing with some pictures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for anything else, upgrading my enclosures and making sure that all my kids have better environments. They come first.
Very true. Very true. You on top of it. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Make sure your animals are good. Make sure they got everything they need to thrive in your possession. Like, make sure you're taking care of them to your best of your ability. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I realize too, like, a lot of keepers, you know, I see a lot of keepers tend to jump on each other for doing different things rather than disrespecting effort. Effort is, even if someone's doing something different from a different part of information, has a different thought pattern, you're still trying to do the best for the animal. So, you know, I think it's need to be more like each other. You know what I mean?
Very true. So some people might do something different from you. That doesn't mean they're doing it wrong. They just figured out something different that works for them and their animal. not everything's gonna work the same for every animal, just like not everything works the same for every person. You have to figure out what works for your animal, and if people don't like it, sometimes you got to be like, well, maybe you shouldn't watch it. But my animal is thriving with this. This is helping them survive and do better. Why would I change it because it's something you don't like? It makes no sense.
Exactly.
Definitely smash that like button if y'all can, because apparently YouTube likes it when you guys hit the like button. So I like it that YouTube likes it. Shut the door for me. I like it that YouTube. Yeah, shut the door. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. That's my son. He was like, "You want me to shut this door?" Yeah, that's the door. I asked you to shut.
Oh man, that's great. You got a boy and a girl.
Yeah, I got 2 kids. I got a 7-year-old boy and a 5-year-old daughter, and we're done. The wife didn't want any girls, so she was like, once we get a girl, we're shutting it down. She wanted 6 boys. I was like, whoa, that seems like a lot. I don't need a basketball team.
Yeah, that's a whole basketball team. Yeah, you got a 6-man on the bench. Hold on now. Wait a minute.
I was like, whoa. We got that girl that second time. She was like, all right, we're done. I wanted 2 kids. I wanted a boy and a girl, so I'm happy. I'm good.
That's what I want too. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any children yet. I'm just like, wow.
Oh.
But yeah, yeah, you know, I'll be happy to have some kids too.
Okay. Definitely. I mean, it does change your perspective on the world when you have kids. It's crazy. I cry at so many different movies now. Everything with like parents and kids makes me cry. I didn't used to cry this much. I cry at every movie when there's a kid. Like there's Coco. I cried during Coco. I cried during Sing. As you can tell, I watch a lot of kids movies now. That's another thing. It's really good. You know, Disney is great at killing parents. So
like, you know, you go back and you know, I never really, I think I've really seen Bambi all the way through, or at least paid attention. But I remember watching Lion King. And I was just like, you know, like I got a real close relationship with my father. So that Mufasa thing, I remember sitting there as a little kid, like, that was Papa died. You know what I'm saying? Like that really like hit me. I was just like, huh? And then I watched it again as a adult. I was like, this still bothers me. You know what I'm saying? You go back and you're like, whoa, okay, wow. I didn't know I was like these songs.
It's still emotionally there.
Yeah.
It's still there. All his things. Yeah, perspective, definitely. I couldn't get into Encanto. I tried. I really couldn't get into Encanto. My kids didn't seem to like it too much either. They love the Bruno song, but that wasn't for them. That wasn't their jam. Now Moana, that's my daughter's jam. She watched the mess out of Moana all day. Yeah, they definitely do soften you. So I forgot to put this up. So it's tip of the week. Oh, let me take that off. Tip of the week. This is where I usually put a post on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and you guys can put a comment under it for your tip of the week on either Reptile, YouTube, or Life, whatever tip you want to use, and whichever one would get the most likes, that's the one I would read off. But I actually forgot to post it last week because it just skipped my mind. So, Steven, do you have a tip for the week?
Okay, so my tip of the week is going to be gut load your feeder insects. You know, like I got a colony of dubia roaches over here. I have a breeding colony of mealworms. I used to breed crickets. I don't really breed those anymore because I got sick of the smell and I got sick of the chirping.
I just said water dragons, and they had noise.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like, you know, with the super worms, like I used to do those too, but separating them in the cups is a little annoying. But point being is, like, you know, when you're feeding an animal, you want to make sure that whatever the animal's food, whatever insect feeders you're feeding to the animal are healthy themselves. If the insect is sick and hasn't been fed on a good diet, you're giving that same thing to your reptile, and it's gonna, you know, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So
very true.
I suggest, you know, some good quality, clean fruits and veggies. You know, that's what I feed mine. You know what I mean?
That's a good tip. So, if you would like to be on the next tip of the week, which I will post this time, I'm not gonna forget. When I post it after the live podcast, go down, put a comment under it, and whoever has the comment with the most likes on it will get on the next episode of Under 1,000 Podcasts, and I'll give you a little shout out for putting the tip down. I'm gonna remember this time. I forgot. It happens. We're humans. It happens. I realized it halfway through the week. I was like, "Oh, I didn't put that down." Oh well. I was gonna put it out Wednesday, but I thought it was gonna be weird. So I just we're just gonna rock with it. But yeah, let's hit another question, which you kind of talked about a little bit of this. So, do you breed or buy your reptile food?
So I breed most of it now.
Okay.
I still buy different things here and there, like I remember I bought the phoenix worms to feed them reptiles before. I'll buy different things. Like I also got some grasshoppers from a lot of guys I think know him in the monitor community. His name is Kai. So I bought those. Those are all doing well in a bin over there. They survived. They haven't bred for me yet, but yeah, to answer your questions, I do both. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Every once in a while, I breed what I can for safety.
Yeah, I understand they have a certain, like, you eat vegetables and fruit, some of your reptiles. So you gotta kind of go get some of that. But the bugs and stuff, you can breed a little bit of that, and then you get do you use calcium? You use calcium powder on some of your stuff?
Yep. Yep. Okay. So for my animals, majority of my animals have UV light. So for those ones, I use calcium without D3. The animals that UV light, I use T5s on all of my animals, high outputs. So for those animals that have it, they don't need any D3. Now, if an animal in and I don't have BPD for it or something like that, then I'll use the vitamin D3 enriched calcium. The reason I don't use both at one time is because a lot of times when we buy different calciums from different brands, we don't know how much D3 is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Too much, the body is synthesizing it from the UV light, right? And they're ingesting it. Well, metabolize different. So if the animal gets too much of that in their system, it can actually cause them health problems. They get the same symptoms of MBD that it would get if it wasn't getting a sufficient amount of calcium or UV light anyway. So, yeah.
yeah, you really got to be on top of this. Like, you really got to pay attention. Yeah.
The worst case scenario, my fixtures are dead on one of my enclosures, right? Let's say something like that happens. And it's taking me time to get like a UV light. And all I have is just, my heating elements. Okay, well, since it's taking me a long time to get my bulbs or my new fixture in, I'll use calcium with D3 for a little while, just to make sure they're happy. Maybe not every day, maybe like every other feeding or like once a week, just to make sure like those levels aren't dropping. Like, even though you don't get MBD overnight, still just want to make sure you're compensating somehow,
Gotcha. Oh wow. Yeah, I forget because I used to have iguanas. And I remember, is that the new animal?
No, that's not the new animal. No, my iguana was one of my first reptiles. I got my iguana when I was an 8-year-old.
Okay.
Back when you could buy an iguana at the AC Shore for $7. Probably wasn't the best thing in the world, but hey, it was my first reptile. As a kid, I didn't know any better. She lived until I was in my 20s. Yeah, I had her for a very long time. Yeah. I like iguanas, but man, they can give you a rough bite.
Yeah, I've gotten bitten a couple times from my iguana when I used to have it. So technically it wasn't my iguana, it was my neighbor's iguana. And she used to blow weed into it. So she got the iguana high a lot. But then the iguana developed this anger for men. So it bit any man that would come around it. And I was technically I was a teenager at the time. The only man who would let around it. So when she was moving out of state, she was like, "Hey, do you want to keep her?" And I was like, "Yeah, my mom let me keep her. I'll keep her." And she would chill with me. She was good until she was getting old, and she started getting real cranky, and she bit me a couple times. So then we didn't put her down, but we seen that her health was declining. Right. So we had to take her into the hospital, and they told us like, "Hey, she's developing cancer. It just seems like iguanas get cancer so easily. It's ridiculous.
He's prone to stuff like that. Like I've seen, like I'm in the Akimata fans group on Facebook, and I remember this one guy posted a picture of his Aki having this growth at like the base of the tail, and a lot of people who had, older people who had keeping or breeding Akis for a while who have seen things. Like if you're keeping like 40, 50 animals, and you raise them from birth to death, you're going to see different ailments and stuff just pop up. It just happens, and everybody on there was basically like, yo, you didn't look at it as that, but that looks like cancer. Well, the animal was only maybe like 6 months to like a year old. So, the person seemed like a decent keeper too. So it was just like, man, I'm sorry, like it happens in dogs sometimes too. Sometimes it pops up. People too.
Yep. It's just weird. But we gave her a good life for the time she lived, and she was a cool pet when she wasn't trying to kill me.
Mine, man. Like, I know mine bit my face when I was about 14. Crawled up the shirt. She was excited. Had one of her, I guess she just wasn't having it that day. Bit me on the leg, But my iguana lived from when I was 8 to when I think I was about 22, 23.
Wow.
I know a bit longer than that, but like I got it when I was 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I did better as I got older, but as an 8-year-old, like I don't know, it was the candies. Come on, man.
Exactly. I was just testing it out, see what happened.
That was back when they had all different night bulbs. They even had green night bulbs for nighttime. We were like, okay, yeah, this. I guess that looks cool, but is that a good idea? Like, stuff painted.
I don't think that works the way it's supposed to. But it does glow real cool and dark.
Exactly. Oh well.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
So this is not one of the questions I have on the thing, but I told you I would ask you about this. So what do you think? Because I see you at 2,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. You talked about being monetized, so you hit those certain rules YouTube have for monetization. What do you think helped you get there, and what tips you think you give people trying to get to that point?
I'd say 2 things. One, I started uploading. I tried to upload more on like a weekly basis when I'm putting out videos. And I tried to put out better videos versus just putting out something that was just like junk. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm doing right now. Right now, I'm trying to fine tune my YouTube channel. I just got the logo. Honestly, I was already thinking about getting it, but you asking me if I had one made me go, what, let me just go ahead and get this done. Sometimes you're working and stuff. You need that little extra push. So thank you for that, bro.
No problem. Yeah, I understand that extra push needed. I understand it.
You do better than me because you got kids already.
True. I'd be like, hey, don't you want to brush your teeth? I think you should go brush your teeth. You really need to brush your teeth right now.
Word. But anyway, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, it was stuff like that, getting the logo, and then just trying to make better videos, learning how to edit YouTube videos helped me a lot because then they became more enjoyable. And honestly, my views started going sky high once I got the Moderators. It's his bedtime, so he's sleeping now. I wish I could bring him out a second time, but I don't like to disturb when he's sleeping.
Understandable.
Yeah. But like this guy right here, like he like blew up on YouTube. Like my channel's not super big, but a lot of people love his videos. So the thing I love about having an intelligent animal like this is even though it's small, and like a monitor lizard, like their cognitive function and the way they are like mentally. It's a little bit more similar to like maybe like a cat and like a dog if you're going to look at similarities like mammals and how they think. Because what it wants to do. But man, like the way they interact with you, like they look at you, they look at you for food, or they crawl up your arm and stuff. You'll fall in love with this animal just like you will with a cat or dog. I'm so attached.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. He was very friendly when you took him out, but clearly it takes time to get to that step. It takes time to get to that. You've been working with him. Have you had him since he was born?
I got him. So I bought him from Rare Earth Inc., and I got this animal when he was 3 weeks of age. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've had him most of his life. So he's kind of only known you and adapted to you.
Yep.
What's up? Thanks for coming through.
Yep, he likes my he just started people, you know?
Hey, sometimes I have two Chihuahuas that were my uncle's. He passed away, and nobody could take the Chihuahuas because the Chihuahuas didn't like anybody. They only liked my family. They were like me, my kids, and my wife. So we had to take on the Chihuahuas. And every time somebody comes over, they try to bite their ankles. But they totally just chill with us and come sit down with us and hang out. But anybody else coming to the house, they own it. They vicious. So they're the best little guard dogs you could have.
Man, that's the thing. That was like my luck with Yorkies because, I've met some nice Yorkies. I've met some really nice ones, but almost every Yorkie, not almost every, let's just say like a third of them, but a third of them didn't like me. And every dog that's ever bitten me was a Yorkie. And I was like, how much Yorkies bite me? But, but for my pit bull, who, he went 8 months ago, RIP.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's why I took that break during the summer. But yeah, so, with him, it was more or less like, because like I raised a pit bull and because I've been around them my whole life and my cousins had them and stuff like that, I see a pit bull and like, that doesn't scare me. I can tell by his body language whether or not he's going to be friendly or mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just tell right off the rip if you live with him. But I see it and I'm like, looks like don't bite me.
Really don't get no signs. They don't play. It's a moment they just snap.
It don't get wrong. Like, a Yorkie doesn't have the stopping power of it. It's a much bigger, more powerful animal. But like, experiences build people. That's why people are scared of my dog. And they're like, look, I had a situation with one of these years ago. I'm like, all right, I get it, because if Max, being as big as he was, ever did go to hurt somebody, yeah, I can see that person being traumatized. You know what I'm saying? But he was a teddy bear. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cuddling living dog.
Pipeline Pythons, thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. What's the crew doing over there? I know did y'all finish the live? Did y'all go and do part 2? I might come on for part 2. If my wife's not gonna be home tonight, but I might come on for part 2, hanging out with you guys. Let me know. Let's hit another question.
Okay.
So you kind of talked about this, about what you think helps you get over those. So what editing program do you use to edit your videos?
So the first one that I was using last year was Adobe Rush. It's an app for the phone that you can use. It's kind of like, I guess you could call it like the poor man's Adobe Premiere. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you do something on the phone, or if you don't have a computer that's like strong enough to deal with the amount of memory that takes up. But it was a good little app. But after a while, I don't know if it was the fact that it could stick up with my phone or something after one of the updates they made for the app, because they started putting in subscribe buttons and stuff like that. But it stopped working on my phone. So then I went to Power Director, that does pretty much the same thing and also puts out high quality. So that's what I've been using lately.
Okay. And it works on your phone?
Yeah, it works on my phone. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if y'all looking for an editor, Power Director, definitely should check that out. I use KinMaster. It does what I think that's how it's pronounced. KinMaster, I think it is. It works pretty good. It does what I need. Sorry, it's text from work. I gotta see what they talking about. Okay. Oh, they go short shit. Okay, my bad. That's the one thing. Editing is a skill that you have to develop, learn and develop, and then you get to learn your own little unique stuff you can put into it and get your own little style of yourself in it. But you definitely have to learn it first.
Exactly. You might have to twist the mic. It's getting a little fuzzy.
My fault.
No, it's okay. I just didn't know if you could hear it on your end. I was like, let me tell them now.
Yeah, sometimes I can't. I probably hit the button too.
It's okay, because there's times I do my YouTube videos, and I used to use a mic that I would stick on my shirt, and I would talk film in the animal. But for some reason, I guess the connection piece was maybe loose or something like that. And I would listen to the recording after. I'm like, man, why do I have all these like scratchy parts in here? You know what I'm saying? So now I got like one big one that I can just plug into the phone. That's like, you know, like a little like standing mic, but it has like the adapter plug.
Yep, that's what I use, a Blue Yeti. You can plug it into the phone. It has an adapter piece I can plug into the phone, or I can plug it into my computer. So yeah, it's very versatile, and it gives you great sound. It's a little pricey. It's like $100. You might catch it on sale for like $80. But yeah, if you're trying to do this, you do gotta invest in your equipment. You do gotta invest in your equipment.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
part of it.
sometimes you don't want to drop it all at once, you know, but at some point, push come to shove, you got to do it if you want to grow. But you know what? I think it's kind of a good thing too, because I notice a lot of people really like the slow grind of like watching like a channel, where they want to see it grow over time. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the guys that I know from way back, I think his name, he had, oh man, I can't remember this guy's name, but I think. Yeah, this one guy is when I first started putting out videos of my Firebelly newts, and I think his name was like HWTF, something like that, right? And he had Firebelly newts, but his wound up having babies and breeding. His channel went, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As soon as he was able to breed Firebelly newts, because at the time everyone was bringing them in, but no one was really breeding them. And I believe this person is also in the United States, and you know, Chinese Firebelly newts, you know, usually come in from overseas. So that was like a big thing. People were like, wow, that actually happened. You know, how did you do that? How'd you get it to work? You know? It's pretty cool.
Primal, check the description. It should be in the description. His channel link should definitely be in the description. Sometimes when you type in somebody's channel on YouTube, it doesn't. You have to sometimes go into the filter and push like channels only or something like that. Because if you just put scale 13, it'll show you just scales, videos about scales necessarily. It won't necessarily go directly to his channel. But it's definitely in the description, so you can find it there. Let's go ahead and boot this person out because they're not doing anything. Okay. Chevy Exotics, what's up? Thanks for coming through. LKB Pythons, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, you blew, my dude. You blew. So if you didn't know, when you're doing lives, you can make people moderators, so they can kick people out when people are saying wild stuff, and then they also can put links in the chat. I actually put your link in the chat, so that I don't know why I didn't do that. It should be in the chat. Somebody might have put it in there. Let me see if I can put it in there.
Your mic's so much better now.
So much better. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be it too. Oh, that definitely probably is. Okay, yeah. What was I saying? I totally blanked out what I was saying.
Channel?
Oh yeah, the link in the channel. Yep, that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Because it definitely should be there, but I'm gonna put it in the channel, so no worries. Copy. Let's do this. I'm push play, so I'm in their chat again. This is what happens when you're live, people. There, I think I posted it up. Let's see if it catches up. I think that should do it. Yeah, it should pop up there in a second. But yeah, definitely go hit that subscribe button. Oh yeah, it's always like 5 minutes behind. I don't even think I'm. Can you guys can click? Let me know if you can click that link. I put the link in there. Let me know if you can click that link, because I realize I don't think I'm a moderator on my own channel. I don't even know if it works that way. Appreciate you. See that's why everybody's blue. They check mark blue. They can find it. That's how it is. There we go. Appreciate y'all. Oh, he put a space between it. Okay, yeah, when he was searching it.
Oh yeah. Like if you try to find an Instagram, it's like _13.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, find his Instagram. I mean, realistically, all the links are in the description for his Instagram and his YouTube, so you can just go click those. I'm just saying, I prepared, and this time I remembered to put them there because I've forgotten before. I forgot to put a guest one in there, and I was like, I was doing mid podcast. I was like, oh yeah, go click the link, and I was like, oh, it's not there. Let me.
Bro, the worst. Go back and watch one of the YouTube videos. And you're like, yeah, man, I'll leave a link to the in the description. You know, this item I tried, or yeah, I'm gonna leave a link to where I got this information from or something. And then, like it's busy. You know, you work and you got 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, okay, I'll do it shortly after the upload. Like while people are watching it the first day, I'll just edit that in there, and then people will just find it and roll back and look at that after. And then you realize you made this video 3 months ago, and you're like,
you get these messages like, so where's the link at? What are they talking about?
Well, I never got those messages yet, but I guess when it's just like that, that's when you know you've made it.
Yeah, that's when you know you
watch videos. No, you didn't put this in here. Oh my bad. You know what I'm saying?
I've done that a couple of times where I'll be like, I'm gonna put the link to another video up here. And so there's like 6, 7 videos of me pointing up here and nothing's there. Nothing's there. I forgot to put the little link that you can put on YouTube to put that little bar up there, the clickable video. So I've done that a lot of times. Oh, wow. So if you guys have any questions, we'll put them in the chat about any of his animals. If you don't know all the animals, he actually has a video touring his room tour. So go check out that video, and he shows all his animals except for the new one. Have you put out a video on the new one yet?
Nope, I'm actually going to be filming it this weekend. So yeah, man, they're going to get to see him soon. I got a couple good ones coming out.
Go watch the tour video, see what he has right now, and then wait a week because he got a new animal. He's going to surprise and show everybody. I am definitely gonna be watching because I'm trying to see what he got. Is it a different species you don't have yet?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a different species I don't have.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I already told you, like, I'm gonna breed Acumons. Yeah, I'm gonna get more Acumons at one point, but not Ackies right now. You know what I mean?
Okay. So now you got me excited. I'm trying to see what this is.
But I had to quarantine them, make sure they were healthy,
get
the inclusions completely right, make sure because when you present to people, it has to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people will eat you alive if something's out of place. Exactly. Like, hey, we all growing and learning. Calm down. We all making mistakes. Help me get better.
I think criticism is good though, because it makes you go, well, dang, like if he's criticizing me but saying something bad for the animal, even though the way they gave it to you might not have been the most polite way, but at least you're like, true. About the animal enough to say something. All right, let me fix this for my animal. Then later on, you know, a person sees you doing that chase, you might be like, wow, this person actually listens. They might become your friend. You never know.
Very true. Very true. I've had a couple people that said something about they would see pictures of my snakes in their tubs and be like, that's too small for that snake to be in that tub. And I'm like, see, you're only seeing it from one perspective. Let me show you the whole tub and see the snake and know that these snakes actually like to be in smaller spaces because they feel more secure when they can touch all the space around them. It feels more secure. When I give them in a bigger enclosure, they tend to stop eating. So that lets me know they're stressed out. That's just something you got to pass on to people.
And that's an effect of it right there. Like, it'd be one thing if it was eating in both enclosures, but if your animal won't eat, and that's a detriment to the animal's health, you're putting that part in there to make sure the animal survives. It's kind of like the same thing where, like one of my friends recently, like he's doing more bioactive stuff, and it's really cool. But at one point, he just wants to gut load his insects, but he doesn't want to like dust them anymore. He's like, oh well, crickets and roaches aren't going to be covered with like dust out in the wild, and that may be true. But let's not forget what has worked.
Yeah.
Don't just dust reptiles, and they have no type of D3 from either the powder or UVB. We all know what happens, so let's not neglect what's working.
Yeah, exactly. So he is a reptile hobbyist right now. He is working towards breeding Ackies in the future. Right now, he's a collector of a couple different species, which he educates people on very thoroughly, and those videos are well done. Like the videos are you put out PowerPoints about the animal, and you go through it and you explain it. You don't just like, well, this is why this is, and move on. No, you explain it, and it's not like you're not using super hard scientific names, but you keep it simple so people can understand and work with you. And that's good videos.
And that's the thing, because like my background, like my major in college was biology.
Okay.
Even though I don't work with animals specifically, I work in the medical field, but I'm not going to go into all that. The thing is, it's like I know whenever I'm presenting something to somebody, when you learn a subject, like there's levels to different things. You know what I'm saying? Like before you learn, let's say, physical chemistry, you have to learn general chemistry first. Get your base first, then you go into this piece and this piece and this piece. So if I want to tell somebody something, I'm gonna respect that person who's looking at me through the camera as, okay, instead of having the attitude like, oh, you should know already, I'm like, no. This is what I'm gonna do. With certain things, certain words I might say, I might tell you to Google it after and learn on your own. But I'm to a level where even when I'm learning new stuff, you can grow with me. You can start from here from what I'm teaching you, and then when I learn something new, now you understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Put it all together. So that's what I try to do.
Like you don't have to baby your audience, but you don't have to make like your audience is stupid. Talk to them like human beings.
Exactly. Just treat them like human beings. You know what I'm saying? Because if the person's gonna help me out with one of my animals, that's happy. That's how I want them to give to me. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true. So let's hit our last question I have for the night. But if you guys have any questions, definitely put them in the chat and we can answer them right quick. But my last question that I had, what is your dream reptile to have?
The dream reptile to have right now, honestly, right now, a Dwarf monitor.
Okay.
Perfect size monitor. I would need a large enclosure. They're like high humidity. They're primarily wild caught, but I've seen some people work with them and try to breed them and stuff like that. If anybody knows anybody's breeding them, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I will make it work.
Let me get on that list.
I'll get the carpentry. I'll learn how to put the whole thing together. Oh, I will make it work for one of those. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my dream reptile right now. You know what I'm saying? Something I can actually keep in my household. If I want something bigger, let's say like a get into other brands. Let's say if I wanted like a like brand Salvatore. Let's say if I wanted like a Asian water monitor. I know that would have to be either in an outside enclosure. You know what I'm saying? There where the weather permits that animal to be able to thrive in those conditions, or I'd have to have a big indoor facility. So until that happens, right, I'm sticking with something like maybe like a Dwarf monitor, or maybe you ever heard of the yellow water monitor, brand Spoon?
I heard of that one. I heard of that one.
Monitor as well. It's like a 4-foot water monitor. So one of those is beautiful too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something a little bigger. But honestly, even just having an Ackie, it moves and acts just like all the other monitors. Sometimes I look at Thunder, I'm just like, you know what? I know I want to get into other species, someday, just so, because as a reptile owner, you always want to experience it all. But at the same time, I'm like, at the moment, I'm not missing too much because I got you. You know what I'm saying?
True. I mean, yeah, you want to work with different species, you want to learn different species, but you're like, I already got enough on my plate. I'll get to something new, in time permitting, but I got to make sure I keep these guys 100% and slowly work somebody in. But yeah, I do like monitors. I do like them because I think they look really cool, and if you can work with them right, they can be pretty tame to where you can handle them on a regular basis.
The main thing is that they trust you. Once they know they don't have to fear you anymore, that's when the skills. And they watch you when you do stuff. That's why it's so important, even from the beginning. Before I even try to even touch Thunder or even feed him from tongs or any type of one-on-one interaction, it was just me being present in the enclosure. Just like being in there, cleaning up the dung and taking out the urate, moistening his substrate and fixing up stuff that might topple over, changing the bulbs, checking his digging box, make sure the humidity in there is higher than the rest of the enclosure. It's nice and moist. They watch you while you're doing this. So when the animal goes to investigate, where you put your hands all over something, because remember that tongue flicking, everything with them is chemical signals they get through, navigating with that forked tongue. So when it sees it, And that's more positive reinforcement. Like, oh wow, I like that it's more clean over here. I like that it's clean over here. Oh well, I like that he just filled up my water bowl or moved something that was in my way or added food to the enclosure. The animal realizes that you're taking care of it and they can actually recognize it.
Yeah. Gary, thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. Yeah, Nicole said she built her cage for her monitor in their garage. I've seen her monitor. Nicole, you need to definitely do some more videos on the monitor. I think it's really cool. He has a whole pool and everything. Super looking cool.
The only thing about the Northeast is the weather. Like,
yeah,
insulated if you're going to put reptiles like in the garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have
very true.
Something's gotta go on. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. What's up, TAZZ? Thanks for coming through and thanks for sponsoring this episode. Greatly appreciate that as well. Well, those are all my questions. Steven, is there anything you want to promote, let people know about you got coming up besides the video on the new reptile he's got in the room? That's going to come out in like a week, so y'all get ready for that. Anything else you want to promote?
Let's see. Well, there's going to be a video coming up as soon as, you'll see me putting it together and, siliconing the corners and stuff when I get a new enclosure. For my blue tongue Steve in the back, I'm going to get him out of this 40 breeder and get him in a nice 4-foot PVC enclosure. Definitely. Where's that shirt? Here we go. Definitely want to support this. For all you reptile owners, listen. Pay attention to what's going on right now. Make sure that you take your rights to own reptiles. So, USR. Pay attention.
Very true. Very true.
If
you can, go become a member.
Exactly. Word. Exactly. Yeah, me too. And that's the thing. I'm not going to get too much into going on because there's a lot of politics and stuff with it. But, pay attention. You want to own reptiles, pay attention to what's going on. When people bring up stuff that's going on with our laws and stuff, get active. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true. I know they try to slip something in right now, and USARC is in the process of fighting it. So if you don't know what's going on about it, go check out on their Instagram, their YouTube. I know they don't have a YouTube, but their Facebook and their email. Check out what's going on. They're gonna need our support because they support us to be able to keep these reptiles that we love. So the most we can do is go help them go fight that fight for us. They're the only people out here doing it too. So
exactly.
Can't lose them. We can't lose them.
Exactly. Like even if some people, no matter what faction you have, when someone's trying to do something to promote, there's always gonna be critics and stuff like that. But it's like, look, if that's all we got, you gotta support it.
Yep.
That was the main goal. That was the main purpose. You're not here to, say, well, this group is perfect, but what are they trying to do? Support it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, totally agree. And don't think about it as, well, they're not coming after my reptile. Because right now they might not be coming after the reptile you keep, but once they start knocking off reptiles, they're gonna go after all of them.
Exactly.
Just realize that. Yep. So do what you can if you can. Even if you just send a donation to them, do that. Send a donation or even spread the word by putting it on your Instagram, your YouTube, talk about it. Let people know. A lot of people don't know about it either. They slipped this in on like a 2,000 page thing they did. They slipped this in there and just happened people reading it and found it. Like, oh no, we don't agree with it. So share it.
The thing is, not only do a lot of people not know what's going on with the laws of the reptiles, but you gotta remember, a lot of members of the reptile community are not on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because it's like, even though reptile people, like I said, with the nerds are the nerds, so very introverted. A lot of people aren't comfortable with putting their face on camera and showing off the reptile connection. But a lot of times, out of a group of friends, you might be the only guy who likes reptiles. So you look for people to have these conversations and to share information and knowledge and learn like with each other through the net, only because of the fact that your next door neighbor might not be interested in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a very unique hobby.
Oh yeah. So go make sure you find out, share, talk, tell somebody is not on social media that have reptiles. Let them know too. Before we go, you know what we got to do. We got to go ahead and say it. Thanks to our sponsor for this episode. So check it. Boom. This episode was sponsored by Oh, I didn't time that right. TAZZ Exotics. I almost had it. TAZZ Exotics is a ball python breeder going on his second year of breeding ball pythons. Go check out his YouTube channel. Definitely hit him on Instagram. And I believe TAZZ has TikTok. So find his TikTok as well. If you don't, hit him on Instagram and tell him to start a TikTok. He's been pumping out a lot more YouTube videos. So definitely got some content for you guys to go check out. His links are in the description down below. Go ahead and click them. Hit that subscribe and that follow button. Appreciate you sponsoring this episode, TAZZ Exotics. Thank you once again. Steven, this was great. If you haven't already, guys, make sure you go hit Scales 13. YouTube, Instagram, and a TikTok is coming soon, so get ready for that as well.
That's it. I gotta do it.
I mean, what? I'm gonna hit TikTok later tonight. I'm gonna see when you put that page up, and I'm gonna hit that follow button.
Yep.
But thank you for coming on, Steven. Greatly appreciate you taking this time, sharing with us, and letting us get to know a little more about you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, man. Like, I love connecting with other reptile YouTubers and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, I even told a bunch of people at my end of the year wrap up, like, guys, like, I want to start collaborating with other YouTubers. I want to see, I want you guys to see me interacting with other people. Some people bigger than me, some people smaller than me. Everybody, just to bring everyone all together, because really we're all cut from the same string. We all love the reptiles. That's the reason we came here in the first place. Ain't about money for us. What we're doing is just trying to make sure that we have a pet that we enjoy and that's taken care of properly. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it has a good life too.
Very true. Very true. So if you don't know somebody, how should I say this? Reach out to somebody in a group or Instagram, somebody that has reptiles, maybe the same reptiles you have, maybe different reptiles. Reach out and say, what's up? Say, hey, how you doing? Get to know somebody new in the reptile community, because that only helps us grow bigger. We got to share this world with each other, so we should share our love with each other. So, that's going. I got to put that on a shirt. But thank you all for coming through. Greatly appreciate it. Promo stuff I got to talk about, because I always forget to talk about myself sometimes, so I try to remember. I got a new episode of Mealtime coming out tomorrow, so check that out. Saturday, no idea. I'm gonna try to put it out like 2:00. If you don't know what Mealtime is, it's just my snakes eating to music. Sometimes I add other information about what I'm breeding, what's going on there. So check that out if you can. Also, next up, if you are thinking about starting a reptile YouTube channel, let me know. I'm starting a new series. Well, I've started a new series where I do a quick little interview with somebody about to start their channel, and then I send everybody that's watching the interview over to their channel to watch their first video to try to give them a little boost of viewership. It's kind of hard to start something and you worry that people are going to check it out, or if people will check it out. This way, at least me and maybe 2 or 3 other people will be watching that first video. So if you're interested in doing that with me, hit me up on Instagram or email me. All my information in the description down below. But thanks everybody for coming through. Greatly appreciate the love, support you guys show the show and me. And go tell somebody you love them. That's what you need to do. Go say you love somebody. You never know how that might lift somebody's spirits. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Be safe. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, I gotta push the outro. Boom, there we go.